Banks and other lenders are obviously, or have been looking at their real estate portfolios for the last 3 years. Central London obviously has a lot of exposure to leverage-based investors, but then again, Central London is probably the most secure place, I would suggest, when you compare it to other markets, both in the UK and elsewhere. The City of London has probably seen more activity from banks in terms of banks instructing agents to sell their assets. But the West End has a certain different dynamic to the city. The city has had large portfolios, such as the White Tower, which is the Simon Halibi £800 million sale that was done at the back end of last year. But the West End has been much more sporadic, I might suggest, in terms of bank or finance-led forced sales, if you like. We've seen a few of them, but generally in the West End, you know, with up and coming rental growth, there is, you know, an opportunity to refloat the assets through, you know, a proper business plan. And most of the borrowers have got, you know, sensible business plans which will see those assets hopefully become positive again or less impaired. But where there are obviously big impairments, then things have to be done. But as long as the banks have the confidence in the asset manager to see through the business plan, then they're less likely to want to force a disposal of that property, particularly when you think that, you know, values have increased quite significantly over the course of 09, 10 and now into 11, even though we're now in a fairly stable yield platform. But we have seen probably 30–40% increase in value from the trough of the market back in early 2009. What we have now is rental growth. So we have the opportunity to drive total return, not through the yield compression or simply the yield compression we've had to date, but now through hopefully some pretty strong rental growth going forward. Are there going to be more bank-led sales? I think we'll see them drip-fed through, particularly when something may happen which causes or triggers an event which was unforeseen, and that may cause the bank to actually push the button on it. But I think we're going to see a relatively low level of bank-driven sales going forward.